In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, crash upon with regular Holy Communion. And first of all, I want to talk about counter arguments that you will say that you don't have time for this. And this is me not speaking to you who is saying that, but this is me who is speaking to me in the past, who was saying the same thing. So I have so much love for you, my brother. We don't even need to mention that there is basically nothing more important that we can do throughout our Sunday rather than taking part in Holy Communion. I cannot express it even more, and I say it not as a perfect person who tries to discourage you and to judge you, but I say it as a person who've missed taking Holy Communion regularly and who is deeply sad about this fact, because it feels like I've missed a treasure that I could have, but I voluntarily said no to it, to do some day-to-day tasks, duties, or to enjoy pleasures and chase dopamine instead of chasing God. So, brother, I don't even need to convince you in this fact. You already know it. It's just really hard to accept, and it's a little bit scared, and I'm totally on your side. I'm here to support you, brother, and to help you, because I know how overwhelming when you have a job and a family and a lot of responsibilities. I know how overwhelmed we can all feel when we need to actually make changes into our timetable, and it feels like we have absolutely no time. But it's so sad when we don't create time for God. So unfortunately, throughout this video, I cannot look into your timetable and to give you some tips on time management. But I totally believe that you already have power, enough strength to make some changes to actually do it, because we should take Holy Communion, as Holy Father say it, at least monthly, and I highly encourage you not to think that from now on you have a month to procrastinate, but that you want to go to church to take part in Holy Communion this Sunday, and of course to prepare for it before you go and take part in Holy Communion. You of course know that you need to confess first, to fast, to basically act to live a better life. But don't be discouraged by all those facts. I know how overwhelmingly it can feel when you want to take part in Holy Communion, but you don't have strength. You feel like you have no strength, and that you need to do so many things to prepare for it, that it's better to just sit and do nothing. You can do it. Pray to God, and He will give you power and strength to do it. And you know deep in your heart that you can do it, even though it can feel hard sometimes. So instead of this, try to take part in Holy Communion this Sunday. Try to confess this Saturday and fast this Wednesday and Friday, or 3 days before the Holy Communion, if you weren't fasting regularly already. Brother, I really believe in you, and I wish you. I'm not a priest to give you advice. I'm just telling you I'm telling you about my personal experience, but you really know. You know how much you lose when you don't partake in Holy Communion, and I'm so sad about every Sunday I didn't do it. So change your timetable and don't feel overwhelmed. Just do your best and pray to God, and try to do it at least monthly, and then strive to do it weekly, because I cannot experience how much these decisions that God helped me to make affected my life of taking Holy Communion weekly. It affected me because now every week I have a beautiful few hours in the first part of the Sunday when I listen to beautiful prayers, when I listen to a choir that sings beautifully, when I see this natural, healthy atmosphere of people gathered together, praying by God in such a beautiful building, painted, and there are beautiful warm light of candles everywhere and beautiful icons, and our Father reads prayers and other priests help them, and we all act together and we all pray. And this is such, visiting a church regularly to take part in Holy Communion relieves so many stress. It helps me to overcome stress, anxiety, despair, lust, and all sins and negative habits that I have. It helps me immensely. And it's just beautiful. It's beautiful in the moment, and it's beautiful how it affects you in the long run, because after creating such a habit, I can see how closer to God I become, how much He helped me, how much better my life has become. And I just feel when I leave the church after taking Holy Communion, I just feel like I have light in myself. I feel that God helped me to burn all sins and all imperfection inside of me. And after mercifully accepting me taking part in Holy Communion, He helps me to have a source of light with me that every time I try not to lose too fast, because sometimes I sin like in the church already with my thoughts, or basically when I leave the church and I still here and I already seen. It's so sad, and I can feel that due to my imperfect nature and me not trusting God fully, like due to all those things, unfortunately I lose every second, I lose some part of this light that He gifted to me. And it's so beautiful when I walk home, when I'm full with this light, to feel that I'm with God. And then I try to sin less, to save as much of this light throughout the next few days that I can, because I know that after I sin, I lose some part of this light, and to the moment when I go to church the next week, I already feel that I've lost it due to my imperfect human nature. And I just try to ask God for help, to pray Him. And I cannot summarize how much this habit helped me to improve my life, to completely change my perspective on how I view my addictions. And you just know how much harder it is to sin after you take part into something as holy as Holy Communion. After seeing something as beautiful as divine liturgy, sins look even darker and dirtier, so you have less chances to act in a wrong way, at least for some time. And in long period, it makes me closer to God, it makes me happier, it helps me to build an identity of a porn-free man obedient to God, who loves Him more than lust and pleasure and dopamine. So I highly advise you to change your life and transform your identity and your habits, and basically your perspective of how you live, by creating an opportunity to visit church weekly, multiple times, and to take part in Holy Communion weekly, or as much as often as humanly possible, because nothing is more important than this. I'm praying for you, brother, and I wish you a good day. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.